The Yellow Sea, 2:17 p.m. Under the harsh light of day, the American guided missile destroyer USS John S. McCain. Her mission a routine patrol. Then suddenly, 14 North Korean fast attack boats appeared on the horizon. They were converging from 3 directions, each one armed with torpedoes and missiles. A swarm closing at over 40 knots, 50 meters, 30 meters, 20. Their strategy was simple: overwhelm with sheer numbers. Launch a volley of torpedoes at point-blank range and sink an American warship. But they had made 3 fatal miscalculations. They didn't know about the USS Hooper, another destroyer just 12 miles over the horizon. They didn't know about the 8 Marine attack helicopters already airborne. And they didn't know that the McCain's weapon systems could engage and destroy 40 targets simultaneously. What happened in the next 19 minutes would become the most violent naval battle in these waters since 1999. This is that story. North Korea operates a fleet of over 200 fast attack craft. They are small, highly maneuverable, and heavily armed. Each 30-foot vessel is manned by a crew of 4 carrying torpedoes, anti-ship missiles, and heavy machine guns. Individually, they are no match for a modern destroyer, but in swarms, they are deadly. At 1:45 p.m., the USS McCain was on station 40 miles from the North Korean coast. Onshore North Korean Naval Command saw their chance. A single American destroyer isolated. At 2:05 p.m., the order was given. 14 boats launched from the port of Wonsan. Their orders were clear: test American defenses, and if the opportunity arose, attack and destroy. At 2:15 p.m., the McCain's radar operators saw them first. Multiple high-speed contacts on a direct intercept course. The commander, David Park, immediately sounded the alarm. General quarters, all hands to battle stations. The threat was real. Multiple fast attack craft inbound. The time was 2:15 p.m., the range 10 miles and closing. Their identity was unmistakable: military, North Korean. By 2:17 p.m., the distance had shrunk to just 2 miles. Then the wolf pack broke formation and began its attack run. It was a classic swarm tactic, a textbook flanking maneuver. On the bridge, Commander Park watched the display, cold, calm. 14 enemy boats closing at 40 knots each, every single one a potential threat. Weapon systems track all targets, set close-in weapons to automatic. All hands brace for evasive maneuvers. At 2:19 p.m., they crossed the half-mile line, machine gun range. Then the lead boat made its fatal mistake. It opened fire. Heavy 14.5 millimeter machine guns lit up the horizon. Rounds stitched the water, splashing dangerously close to the hull. Commander Park gave the order: return fire. Engage all hostile contacts. Weapons free. The USS McCain's Phalanx CIWS roared to life. A 6-barreled Gatling gun, spitting 4,500 rounds per minute. The sound was like fabric tearing, magnified 1,000 times. The lead boat simply disintegrated. 20 millimeter cannon shells shredded its fiberglass hull. Fuel ignited. The boat blew apart. A second Phalanx system tracked. Another boat erased from the sea. Then a third, in the blink of an eye, a fourth. Within 30 seconds, 4 enemy boats were sinking. But 10 remained, and they were still attacking. At 2:21 p.m., 2 of the boats launched torpedoes. 2 white wakes sliced through the water, racing toward the McCain. Commander Park roared the command: hard to starboard, full power. The first torpedo missed by a mere 30 meters. The second screamed past just 15 meters away, far too close. Park was on the radio: all stations, this is McCain. We are under attack by North Korean fast boats. Multiple torpedoes in the water, requesting immediate assistance. The response was instant. McCain, this is Macon Island. We have 8 Vipers launching now. Your ETA is 8 minutes. Hold your position. 2:23 p.m. The remaining 8 boats regrouped. They had lost 6 of their own in just 3 minutes. But they weren't retreating. They were doubling down. 4 boats swarmed the port side, 4 more to starboard, a coordinated assault from both directions. The Phalanx system screamed, engaging targets continuously. A 7th attacker was destroyed, an 8th crippled and burning, but 6 remained, getting dangerously close. At 2:24 p.m., 3 boats closed to within 200 meters. On their decks, anti-ship missiles were being readied. At that moment, Commander Park made a bold decision. All ahead flank, steer toward the nearest cluster. The plan used the warship's massive wake as a weapon. At 2:25 p.m., the order came down. The 7,000-ton destroyer charged directly into the swarm. The enemy boats tried to scatter, but it was too late. The McCain's bow wave rose up a man-made tsunami. Two boats were flipped end over end, helpless. Another made a desperate gamble trying to cross the destroyer's path. It was a suicide run. The warship's steel hull struck it amidships. With a sickening crunch of fiberglass, the small boat broke in two, sinking instantly. In that single violent pass, 9 boats were destroyed. By 2:26 p.m., only 5 remained. But they launched a final desperate attack, 2 torpedoes, 1 from each side. It was a perfect pincer. Commander Park couldn't evade both. The McCain fired acoustic decoys, a last-ditch defense. 1 torpedo took the bait. It exploded harmlessly. But the second torpedo had a lock. 30 seconds to impact. Then a new sound cut through the chaos, the unmistakable thump of helicopter rotors. At 2:27 p.m., salvation arrived. 8 AH-1Z Viper attack helicopters screamed over the horizon. The Marine pilots assessed the scene in an instant. 5 enemy boats, 2 torpedoes in the water, 1 American destroyer in peril. The order was given, all Viper's weapons free. Engage all hostile boats, priority on the torpedo launchers. 8 Hellfire missiles launched as one. The AGM-114, a precision-guided angel of death. The 5 remaining boats didn't stand a chance. The impacts were catastrophic, a series of massive explosions. Within 10 seconds, the enemy boats simply ceased to exist. All 5 were annihilated. But one final threat remained. The torpedo still racing toward the McCain. A Viper pilot rolled in hot, engaging with his 20mm cannon. An extraordinary shot. The torpedo erupted in a plume of smoke and water. At 2:28 p.m., just 11 minutes after the battle began, all 14 enemy boats were destroyed or sinking. 56 North Korean sailors were thrown into the sea. Some were dead, all of them were stranded. At 2:30 p.m., the USS Hooper arrived to provide support. Then at 2:32 p.m., 22 Ospreys carrying it Marine rescue teams thundered into view. Despite the vicious attack on his ship, Commander Park issued a new command. Begin rescue operations, recover all survivors. Because the United States Navy does not leave people to drown, not even the enemy. At 2:36 p.m., the United States Marines began pulling North Korean sailors from the water. 32 enemy sailors were captured, 24 were killed in action. The attack was annihilated. American lives were protected. A clear message was sent to Pyongyang. The time 2:17 p.m., 14 North Korean attack boats swarmed the USS John S. McCain. By 2:36 p.m., a mere 19 minutes later, all 14 boats were obliterated and 32 prisoners taken. 24 enemy combatants were dead. Today, the USS McCain continues its mission. Her commander received the Navy Commendation Medal for Valor. The prisoners were repatriated after 3 long months. They were sent home through China. North Korea still deploys its patrol boats. It still makes threats of war, but they have never again swarmed an American destroyer. Because on that day, they learned a hard lesson. The Phalanx CIWS spun to life, unleashing a wall of steel. 14 boats were simply erased from the sea. 19 minutes to complete and total destruction. The message to Pyongyang was unmistakable. Swarm tactics are useless against the United States Navy. Try it again, and you will lose everything. This is the Yellow Sea. This is what happens when you attack an American warship. Never again.